Hello, I'm Ted Simons of Arizona PBS. Whether you vote in person or by mail, your ballot goes through a secure process to make sure your vote is counted. Here's what happens. As we've seen in other episodes, there are multiple ways to vote in Arizona, in person or by mail, early or on Election Day. To keep anyone from voting both by mail and in person, Arizona uses a special tracking system to prevent duplicate votes. So, let's pick up at the point where you've filled in the bubbles and you're ready to cast your ballot. If you're at a polling place, you may run your own ballot through a tabulator to record your vote. Tabulators are machines that scan ballots and store the total number of votes for each candidate. Some Arizona counties have tabulators at polling places on Election Day. Otherwise, ballots are collected and securely transported to a central counting location. For those voting by mail, after you filled out your ballot, sealed it in the envelope provided, and signed the envelope, you can either mail it back by the deadline or take it to a secure drop box where available. Or you can drop it off at a polling place on Election Day. Mail-in ballots are processed at the county's central election center regardless of whether you return it by mail or at a polling place. When they arrive, the signature on the envelope confirms that the ballot was returned by the right person. Now, in Arizona, workers who handle signature verification are taught by the same experts who train FBI signature verification specialists. After the signature has been verified, the envelope is opened by a bipartisan team of election workers who send the ballot on for tabulation. When your ballot is tabulated, your votes are added to the totals for each candidate or ballot initiative. At polling places, the information is stored on two separate encrypted memory cards and is also printed on receipt paper, sometimes called results tape. In Maricopa County, the two separate encrypted memory cards are only for precinct-based tabulators. At the county's central counting location, tabulators are wired directly to a secure server. After ballots have been tabulated, they are stored in case of a recount. Counties begin reporting Election Day results an hour after polls close. 4 weeks later, the Arizona Secretary of State leads a meeting called a canvass that officially certifies the election results. When the results from a specific race are extremely close, all the votes for that race are recounted. When that happens, the Arizona Secretary of State and the Superior Court start the recount process, which occurs using tabulators provided by the Secretary of State. A hand count audit may also be performed if requested by one of the political parties. Either way, once recounts are completed, the elections officer provides the results to the Superior Court, and the judge then announces the winner. Well before each election, every component of our voting system is tested and certified according to state and federal law, and those same tests are used post-election to check for any problems that may have arisen. As an additional security measure, none of this equipment is connected to the internet. When election materials need to be moved, voted ballots and memory cards go into sealed containers for transport. Every step of the way, these materials are logged and tracked, and ballots are handled by bipartisan teams of election workers. When ballots are being tabulated, either for the first time or during a recount, observers appointed by the major political parties are able to watch the entire counting process in person, but watch only. Live streams of all central count rooms are also accessible to the public. Anyone who would like to file a complaint about something they witnessed can do so by visiting the Arizona Attorney General's website. Our elections are also protected by the very nature of how they're run. For example, individual counties are tasked with ballot distribution, vote collecting, and tabulating, rather than one singular state entity. This decentralization makes it more difficult for bad actors to falsify election results on a broad scale. Now that you know more about the journey your ballot takes and how it's protected, make sure you do your part and vote. I'm Ted Simons of Arizona PBS. Thanks for watching this episode of Voter Ed.